Reichman University.
The Baseline. Stories from the court with Jonathan Meyers and Mayor Cohen.
Welcome back to The Baseline, Season 2, Episode 4. So we're really churning them out at this point. Welcome, first of all, to both of you guys.
Princeton legends.
Princeton legend. Abby Meyer, Maryland legend.
Myers.
Yeah, Abby Meyers, Spencer Weisz. Thank you very much. We, again, to all of our listeners who are now listening to Episode 4 of this new season, I kind of start with the beginning, explaining what we're doing here, why we wanted to start this podcast. We love basketball. We love the culture around it. And really mainly is we know how unique everyone's story is. And especially if you end up here and you end up playing here, it's like, what did that look like to get up to this point? You know, that's a lot of people see you as face value, like, oh, you're a player playing for this team, great. And they don't give 2 seconds of thought as to how you got there. So we know you both have awesome stories. And we just want to hear just a little bit about yourself, how you found yourself, where you are today. So take it away.
Ooh.
Wow. I guess I'll start. Wow, this is coming up on year 8 for myself in Israel. I've really enjoyed my time here, learned a lot about myself. You know, certainly you're kind of doing this journey alone. You know, having graduated from Princeton in 2017, I came out here just knowing I wanted to continue my basketball career. I didn't know what that was going to look like, what avenue I would go down, but I ended up in Gilboa, which, you know, Jason Siggers, who was on your podcast, was there a long time ago. And it was a whole cultural change. I was in Israel living by myself. I had been here previously for, you know, the Maccabea games. I did some under 20.
Gold medal.
Yes, in the Maccabea
there you
games.
Go.
Correct, thank you. And, you know, just from there, you just kind of don't know where this journey is going to go. And here I am, you know, 7 years later, loving life here. Learned a lot about myself, explored this beautiful country, made some great friends, you know, have people I consider family, and here I am on a podcast talking about my journey. So
amazing.
It's
there you go.
been great.
Go.
It's been great, really.
Hey, great summary there. I mean, yeah, for me, it's my second year playing professionally. Last year, I found myself rookie season in London. And what an incredible year that was. We originally tried to stack the team to play EuroLeague, win the whole thing. I got injured for qualifiers, so I didn't have the privilege of you know, playing for those couple of games. But we ended up losing and dropped to Eurocup, but ended up winning all of Eurocup last year. And so that was just really amazing. And I was talking with another fellow legend, Blake Dietrich, actually, who has been playing professionally and just recently kind of, I guess, hung up the shoes, right? And she's like, wow, Abby, it took you 1 season to win a Eurocup. It took me 8 seasons to win that.
Nice.
So first year was in London, and for me, I also played in the Maccabea games back in 2022. Got a gold medal there.
2 for 2, baby.
Hey,
Let's go.
USA. Yeah, and just when I came here, immediately fell in love with just like the environment, the people, the food, culture, the whole thing. And so, yeah, definitely had my eyes set on playing professionally here. And Ashdod has a great reputation, great club organization, have a lot of good WNBA players that have gone through their team, and just felt like it was a good next step for me. And
Liz Cambridge, right?
Yeah, Liz Cambridge, Alicia Clark, Las Vegas Aces, you know, superstar, champion. I mean, so many others that you can name. Troy Walker-Kimbrough at Mystics. She went to Maryland. I finished up my college career there. So, yeah, a lot of, you know, paths that have crossed in Ashdod. So I wanted to join that.
I think you skipped a little part. After college in Maryland, you got drafted 11th by Dallas.
I did. Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a dream come true. I think going to Maryland as a graduate transfer, and logistically it's all complicated with COVID, but I got an extra year of eligibility and can't do a 5th year at Princeton, just grad school. They are very strict with that. So that exposure I got at a big, you know, Power 5 conference school like Maryland was super amazing, and set me up for getting drafted, and had a good year. So getting drafted was amazing. I mean, I remember growing up, people were like, oh, do you want to play in the WNBA? And I'm like, I mean, I don't want to speak about it because I don't want to give my hopes up, but it would be a dream. And so when I heard my name call, it was just like emotional, and just so much you work for is to get to that moment. And yeah, definitely cherished it, enjoyed it. Obviously, when training camp came around, it was all intensive, very, very competitive. And ultimately got cut, which is, one door closes, another one opens. I got picked up by the Washington Mystics a few weeks later and was with them all summer and just played under with Elena Deladon, with Natasha Cloud. Sick. And had great conversations with them. And, I got to talk with Enrique as well and Dallas, in the cold tub. And so just having those conversations with superstars that you look up to and then being on the same playing field as them is a very surreal moment. But it also made me realize I belong there, I can get there, and just got to keep working to get back there. That's
super cool. I have a feeling that we're going to go off topic a lot because I want to know a lot. But how amazing was this past WNBA finals? Unreal. Yeah. I was watching the game 4, game 5 was so intense. Mm-hmm. I knew it was just really cool. We talk a lot on this podcast about the growth of the Israeli game, but wow, the WNBA has been amazing. Yes. I'm from Chicago, Angel Reese, big fan, come on the pod, Angel.
Hey, you ever Maryland native, yeah.
So it personally for me, it's really cool to see. I'm sure it's even cooler for you to see as just the growth of this amazing league. And so I'm honestly curious from your time that you spent at Maryland and watching the development of the WNBA, how exciting was that for you to see the excitement grow and just the culture of really young women getting more interested in playing in WNBA and how many doors that opens up, opportunities for young women? I really want to hear your perspective.
I mean, you said it all right there. I think being a professional female athlete, I'm just super appreciative that people are investing in the women's game, especially when it comes to basketball. You also see it at the NWSL level with the women's soccer in the States, and they just had a great Washington Spirit almost had it in that finals, but not to, digress. I think it's amazing. I think having superstars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and, Cameron Brink and so many others, it really helps to kind of propel fandom and to get people in the seats. I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to the women's game is just getting people and retaining them for the rest of the season. And, you have these amazing, not just players, but they're amazing people too. And they do so much and they inspire so many young kids now. And so I think just to have people that want to invest in the sport and want to come to games, want to watch, but also just follow their livelihoods and not just how many points they scored this night or that night. They actually care about them. I think that's so important to continuing the growth in the women's game. And yeah, as a I love to be a part of it, but as also a spectator too, because I didn't play this past season in the league. I just loved watching it. I got my WNBA league pass, the whole thing, and I was watching. Obviously it was hard being overseas with a 7-hour time difference, but we got highlights, you got ESPN, everyone's kind of keeping each other up to date. And it's so high level.
I'm going to the first Paige Beckers game that I can find, absolute first one. I don't care how far I got to travel.
She's a bucket.
I'm so excited. I mean, I've been following her. I got to play 4 years, right? So has that changed that you have to play 4 years?
You don't have to
college?
play 4 years. I think it's Jewel Lloyd. A few others have actually stopped after. I think it's your junior year.
Okay, so not 4.
Not 4.
But no one and done or anything like that.
No one and dones. I think you have to do at least 2 years.
Okay.
Which is, I don't quote me on that. I'm 85% positive.
Okay, we'll take it.
It's not no one and dones, no Cooper flags here. That's for sure.
I mean, but now with the NIL money, it's almost advantageous to stay.
Oh my god!
I mean, you can just make so much money off
so
endorsements.
What do you guys think about that? When you were playing, what opportunities could that have opened up?
I think Hoagie Haven, maybe PJ's Pancake House would have been the best endorsement we could have
local,
but certainly it wouldn't have been life-changing money. But I think it's about time. I think players get paid. Certainly, the revenue they bring in for the schools, just being the face of so many universities throughout the country. Mm-hmm. I think it's right that they get a stake in the money that comes in.
Agreed.
I think there needs to be a little bit more regulation, especially you're hearing these contracts. They're kind of handshake contracts, and they're being broken if certain requirements aren't met. So I think down the line it'll kind of level out.
Totally.
And we'll see what happens.
We talked about on a previous episode how the NAL has kind of deterred players from staying in college, because or staying at a specific college because they'll transfer because they'll get more minutes and more money from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And
it's just become a business. I mean, I think you're seeing universities hire general managers now to really kind of overlook the whole program because coaching is not just coaching anymore. Being a head coach there's so much more intricacy to what the job entails.
Right,
Being that you need to
coach of
recruit your
Virginia.
own players. And yeah, exactly. He
So,
left.
Right. So for those who don't know, he is a very respected, tenured
Tony
coach.
Bennett was
Like
unbelievable.
Tons of success. And this guy, I mean, he just didn't want to or couldn't be a part of this new NIL game, which is a shame because like he's kind of a legend of college basketball, March Madness.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's interesting to see. So tell us a little bit about more about playing in the Ivy League, the success that you had there.
We got to hear about the Princeton days.
Yeah, we want
Rookie of the
to
year,
hear.
Bucket.
Ivy
So
Player
run
of
us
the
through
Year.
it.
Oh, okay. Wow. So the Ivy League. I mean, just being at Princeton was an unbelievable experience. You kind of get the best of both worlds. You get an unbelievable academic. You know, you're at an unbelievable academic institution with some of the finest, professors, students that go there. I certainly was not there for the academic. I thank God I could shoot a 3-point shot back in the day. Otherwise, I would not have been there. So you're surrounded by these great minds, and then from an athletic perspective, you're also given great facilities. They're really pushing sports to really max out in terms of they want to compete at the highest level. And from day one, I was under Mitch Henderson. I've had he was an unbelievable coach. I really loved his vision of the game. He had played under the famous Pete Carroll, and kind of he modernized what I think is the Princeton offense, and it really fit my game really well. And for the most part, obviously ups and downs, but I hit the ground running and was able to have some success early on and just kind of ride it out. And, went on a team, my final year was able to go 16-0 in conference play and
Unreal.
win the Ivy League tournament, the inaugural. And
How was the after party?
I remember it. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a good time celebrating with the guys.
All right,
sure.
yeah, keep it PG.
Yeah.
So you're very modest. I mean, led Princeton in his senior year in rebounds and assists and steals, became the only player in Princeton career history, 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 300 assists, 200 3-pointers. So very impressive. Appreciate your modesty. But you had a very successful career, and kind of jumping now, how does the transition... First of all, I do want to know more about the Maccabiah games, but we can focus on that later. But what's the transition like going from someone with so much success where you were at Princeton to coming and beginning to play here, and maybe the reception that you got and how other players treated you? You weren't like anymore like the number one for sure. So how does that...
Far from it.
Yeah.
Far
So how
from
does that transition in not only your play style, but also mentally kind of affect you and maybe a different way you approach the game?
Yeah, so certainly the adjustment from college to professional, anywhere you go, I think the first thing was that you're not amongst only your friends, which I think being in college, it's unbelievable to really share this experience with some of your best friends. Some people, I guess, of similar mindset, backgrounds to you, more or less. And then you come overseas and you're alone. You're in a locker room with a guy with 3 kids, a wife here, and you're here alone, just fresh out of college. And like, obviously he's had much more life experience, playing experience, and you're playing amongst your own men. So that was certainly an adjustment. I think the game in basketball, Europe compared to, NBA, but even college, it's almost like its own language. You really have to, it's a different game.
Yeah.
You have to learn the terminology. You have to learn the spacing. And that takes time, but you're also playing against grown men and people who have done this for years, and it's a profession now, right? This is how people feed their families. And so all of that encompassing, it's a huge adjustment. You have to put what you did prior to aside, and you really have to live in the moment because no one cares where you're coming from.
Yeah.
They know you're here to perform a job, and you're no longer, what I found really tough at first, you're no longer like playing for something bigger than yourself, in a sense, in terms of the tradition of a university.
Right.
Yeah.
Things along that line. It's unfortunately, it's a business. It's like individually
Totally
based, and certainly team success warrants
everyone's on
better
1-year
opportunities.
contracts,
Right.
so it's
But
like you got to get your next contract.
There are different motives, incentives for each people, and agendas that I think it's tough to kind of navigate early on and see how it all plays out, and how can you put your interest within it all.
So when you're in school, around your third, fourth year. You know it's soon to be over. Are you already thinking, like, where am I going to go? Am I looking at Israel? Am I looking at other places?
I just knew I loved the game, and I wanted to continue it. I didn't know what that looked like. I certainly had, there are other guys on, the team at Princeton that were looking towards other career paths. They were interning in the summers, finance, this, that, the other. And I had done the finance internship in the city, really just as an excuse to live in the city and hang out with some friends. It wasn't something I was gravitating towards, and I knew basketball, I wanted to continue it and see where this thing that I invested the last 15 years of my life, where could I max out? So I knew basketball would continue. I just didn't know in what capacity.
And once you knew it would continue,
Israel was kind of a seamless transition, given that I'm Jewish. I love Israel. Having an Israeli passport was advantageous. Mm-hmm. So things along that line kind of naturally paved its way towards here.
So this is a question kind of for both of you. Like, coming to Israel, wherever you go in Europe as an American or a foreigner, it's like you said, you're alone. It's an individual business. It's obviously still a business here, but do you feel like being Jewish, coming here, do you feel like there's some type of family vibe to it also?
You found it yet?
Yeah, of course. Like the first week I got here, my coach invited me to Shabbat dinner.
Awesome.
And then, I have teammate after teammate, even fans asking come to my family Shabbat dinner. I went to my GM's house for Rosh Hashanah, the night and the next day for brunch. So, I mean, there's definitely such a good family atmosphere here, even with my team. And I'm super close with a bunch of the foreigners as well on other teams in the league. So, yeah, I think for me, I always say this is cliche and cheesy, but home is wherever I am at the end of the day. I have to be grounded with where I'm at. And, being in London last year, being far away from home, I found a family within my team, and I'm doing the same here as well. But obviously being Jewish, being my home country, that kind of thing, it definitely has a different feel and a different aura about it. But yeah, I mean, I have a great team, great teammates and coaching staff that really just have taken me in and made me celebrate my Jewishness every day. So I love it.
So right after college, I mean, you had that experience, WNBA, and then London. So I don't know much about the league over there, the women's league. So tell us a little bit about that. What's it kind of compared to some other leagues you've played in? Mm-hmm. Again, kind of adding another thing that keeps being a recurring theme on our show, on our podcast is the equipment and what goes in behind the scenes to making sure that you as an athlete could be prepared and you can be ready. And whether that's great coaching, whether that's a nice place to stay, whether that's having the equipment that you need.
Facilities.
Has there been a place that you have struggled with the adjustment of not having all the right equipment or something you need?
I've been very lucky in my career so far to be, a part of the best organizations in the countries that I've played in. And I've only had 2 years. This is my second year. I've heard horror stories, though.
So
especially places in Greece, not being paid on time.
Yep.
Having roommate problems. I live by myself. I live beautifully on a nice balcony on the beach. My GM really set me up. Back in London, everyone had their own apartment. And, the organization definitely had a good financial, sound financial, at least, foundation that year. And, yeah, I mean, the situation was great. I have a great agent as well who has been around the game probably longer than any agent. Sig Fam, it's the best out there. So, yeah, I trust him, and then he knows so many people, and he's like, hey, you should look here. They have the best reputation out of X, Y, and Z. So, yeah, and in terms of the team, in London, we had, head coach, 2 assistants, we had a full training staff, we had a manager, we had our general manager and general manager assistant. So it was really a full team. And here in Ashdod,
when you're a stud,
similar.
you get all these treatments.
Everybody knows who the star player is.
I'm coming from a full body massage to start today. And then here, great training staff as well. The equipment's great. I think the one thing I've gotten though that I had to invest in myself is Normatec boots.
You know who used those? Reggie, who played on Bnei Herzliya. It was so
yeah,
off topic,
yeah.
but every night after the game, we'd see him in these boots, and I always wondered what they were. What do they do?
I every day. I mean, really, just like they're compression. So I hop in them like right before bedtime, and like 15 minutes, it just helps get the blood circulating, get the blood flow there, get rid of any like maybe unnecessary inflammation, swelling. For me, they're kind of like my little cheat code. I don't know. They keep me on the
Magic
court.
shoes.
Knock on wood.
So you also had an incredibly successful collegiate career. So playing at Maryland, you made an All-American team, like All Big Ten. You had a lot of success. So I'm curious to know, what were some of the favorite places that you played in the Big Ten? Away games, home games, fan environment. We love to hear about fan stories. So what's it like playing in the Big Ten? And I'm sure in some big moments.
Well, you guys would appreciate this. There's a great Chabad community at Maryland.
Yep.
So I had my own little like fan base of Jews,
That's
like my
awesome.
Jewish fan base, and they would come and they'd make little signs for every game.
That's great.
But oh gosh, playing at Maryland, you're guaranteed to get like, for a good game, like 10,000 like people in a game. So we hosted UConn, we hosted South Carolina, we beat UConn at home. That was an incredible game. I think we had up to, I don't even know, is it upwards of 12 or 17? There's a big difference between the two, but 17,000.
That's
I think
huge.
17 for South Carolina. And,
Wow.
we ended up losing by 20. It was a close game at half. Always is.
They don't count, though.
Then
South
they just blow
Carolina.
it away. But just playing at home in those environments, like I'm from Maryland. I grew up going to Maryland games, watching Alyssa Thomas, who's a Hall of Famer, Troy Walker-Kimbrough, like all these amazing names, and play there. And just thinking like, wow, I'm never going to see that court. And just like, having a huge leading role on that team, and feeling at home on that court, and
hometown hero.
And like just like being coached by the Brenda Fries, who we call, she's the CEO of Maryland women's basketball, not the head coach, the CEO. Yeah. It is a business. So I just think like playing those home games were incredible, and obviously Iowa as well. Playing at Iowa,
I was going to ask what your favorite places to play.
Yeah. Indiana
away
as
games.
well, the Hoosier
'cause
Stadium.
That massive, huge.
It's like a coliseum where like it's like an amphitheater almost. So
cool.
like everything echoes, and it's so loud you can't hear yourself think. I'm 0-3 in that arena. It's a tough place to play.
Yeah.
But just like really, there's nothing beats college basketball, the rivalries that
Agreed.
That are there, and obviously playing professionally, it's incredible, and you represent a history as well. But you're playing for yourself a little bit, and it's different
Totally.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Wisconsin fan. 6-0 right now, so we're doing pretty well.
There you go.
But okay, so moving on, I'm curious to know, you played other sports, right?
Ultimate frisbee.
So how?
Hey, wow, we doing?
went deep
you guys
into
doing
that.
research.
We are a respected podcast, so we look at how does that maybe help you in your other sports.
Let me tell you, I love sports in general. Grew up not playing one or more than the other. Soccer, tennis. I play a lot of golf in the summertime.
Awesome.
And so when I hear like Steph Curry's a big golfer, he plays at this like club in Maryland before he plays the Wizards, just like literally the day before. I'm just like, wow, like I want to play golf like the day before a game. I think it definitely it helps like with the mental side of the game. Especially, and I've been playing a lot more golf just because it's not as physically taxing on the body. So it's kind of like an active recovery day for me, and it's a new level of patience that you've never had to like really like have
absolutely.
in
There's a nice
basketball.
course in Kesaria. We should play sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
Beautiful.
out there every once in a while for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
How
it's
many
beautiful.
courses are in Israel? Like 2 courses. I looked
I
at
only
up.
know
Kesaria.
one, yeah.
I think Kesaria is the only
Yeah.
one.
I
It's
actually
Peter
looked this up
Dye course,
last
if
week.
I'm not
Okay,
if I'm not
bet.
mistaken.
It's really
a
nice.
course.
Oh,
It's
we're
really
playing.
nice.
We're playing. So I love the competitive atmosphere of sport, and also the camaraderie too. And I don't like to take things seriously all the time. I like to have fun with it. So doing something that's not my job, and I can just kind of like hit a ball, if it's tennis or golf or even soccer. It's just fun. It makes me love sports again, and I love being active as well. It's like a new little adventure every single time you step on that court or field.
Yeah, awesome. New challenge.
Spencer, you got another sport for us?
I mean, similar to Abby. I mean, growing up, I played them all. Went to Jewish camp in the
Backyard
summers.
sports.
So we played them all when we were there. And
I don't think there's something more competitive than Jewish camp sports.
Oh my god.
you do the color war and all that stuff for sure.
Oh my God.
For sure.
Even the
We still
chants.
talk about it to this day of how stacked one team was compared to the other. But I played them all growing up. I actually went to my high school to play baseball and never ended up playing baseball there. I only played basketball.
Oh, wow.
Because I had some
Wow.
early success and I loved it and I wanted to kind of see where that went early on.
Where'd you play baseball? Shortstop?
Shortstop pitcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, shortstop pitcher.
It could have
I
been
had a nice
MLB
little arm,
back
but
in.
who knows where it could have went.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love sports in general. I think what sports signify, how they bring people together, the way they change a city. I really think it's great for society. It's an escape
100%.
aspect for especially I think people here in Israel today, given the war and whatnot. So I love sports and what they represent.
Yeah, so to ask both of you, you came from London post-war. How did the war kind of affect your thoughts of where you're going to go next?
Yeah. I actually was gonna sign in Ashdod before going to London. And then London came crawling at the last second and, switched some things up. But, it was obviously in the back of my mind. I signed with Ashdod like literally day after our last game in London, just because there were money problems at the end of the day, and ownership issues. So
Even in London?
Even in London. Long story short, halfway through the season, the ownership said they were going to cut the budget for the next year.
Wow.
So everyone's like, all right, this is one and done year for us. Let's just win the whole thing. If they had the money, we would have gone to EuroLeague and had, a great season this year. But, long story short, I kind of knew I had to look elsewhere starting near the end of the season in London. And that's when I was like, okay, Israel, Ashdod, let's really figure this out. But I was always talking with my head coach, even current players on the team, kind of about the situation, what it was like there, how the environment was like. And they said everyone is just getting along, like doing their daily things, like going to the coffee shops, people are on the beach. And I'm like, okay, wow, it seems like pretty safe. Obviously, parents and grandparents are the most concerned, but obviously in the news as well in the States, you always get like the worst news.
Right.
Totally.
And I'm like, it's hyped up. You have nothing to worry about, that kind of thing. And, had the whole summer to kind of see how it played out. And at the end of the day, just kind of trusted in my decision and very glad that I decided to come here.
For sure. I mean, people are just living their lives like it's normal here.
I was
It's
on the
reality.
beach every day, like Patrick Beverly, man, 7 hours.
It's been cool to see him come here and take a little bit of the culture. I watched him fast on Yom Kippur, which is super
Yeah,
cool.
those
And,
videos were funny.
and it was really funny. Actually, he's a very personable guy. I met him the other in Tel Aviv. He's a really great guy, really nice guy. Go up, shake his hand. He asked me my name. I was like, wow, my name's Meyer, Pat. Nice to meet you, man. So he was great. It's really cool to see that influx of athletes. Even in a time like this, to have people here, we're all about we want to know how the game is growing here. We're here in university, but we plan to have our lives intertwined with being in Israel our whole life. And if we can see the game of basketball get more competitive and get serious and have more great players come from overseas, we'd love to see that. So tell me, obviously, I mispronounced it, so I don't know much, but tell me about the Maccabiah games and how you agreed to participate and what the success was like. A little bit about that.
What year did you do it?
I actually I did it twice. I did it
wow.
in 2013 before going into college, before going into Princeton.
Lauren Batista, does that name ring a bell?
Uh-oh, should it?
Nah, continue.
Is this
He was on the
two
women's team.
Maccabiah games, also including the U24
Yeah,
team?
so I was here going into my freshman year of Princeton for the 2013 Maccabiah games.
Okay.
First time in Israel, unbelievable experience. You do kind of 2 weeks of training camp, quote unquote, and then you also get to travel. You see all the the highlights of Israel, and then you do maybe 10 days of games, play against other countries. It's like the Jewish Olympics essentially
Right.
here
It
in
is.
Israel.
That's how I call
So
it.
you really see what the world has to offer in terms of Jews and sports. And
So it's if it's a bunch of it's France would send a French team of Jewish athletes.
Yes.
correct, yeah,
Okay,
That's
got it.
exactly
Interesting.
that.
It's
So
the Jewish
between
Olympics.
we've got how many gold medals sitting in front of us right now?
I got 2.
Oh,
I only went one time.
So
There's
three.
one
there
for
we go.
one. 3, yeah.
Finally, I beat her.
Nice.
so and then in 2015 you played in Eurobasket. No?
Yeah, so so I was able to get on that team because in the final of 2013, it was USA against Israel, and we had played against Dan Shamir was the coach of the Israeli team and played well. And 2 years later, he calls me up and says, "Hey, I'm coaching the under-20 national team. Would love for you to join."
Oh, wow.
So that's U20.
So U20. And
So which guys are you playing with there?
Wow, Roman Sorkin, Joaquin
beast.
Schuchman, Iftach Ziv, Zalmanson, Segev,
Some big names.
Neta Segal. There's a bunch of us who are in the first division now, and it's been unbelievable to kind of see us all grow, as players, as people, for the last 10 years now.
For sure. Now they're playing in the Eurobasket. They just got a big dub
were
last
unbelievable
night.
last night. So it's been fun to watch everyone's success and journey along the way. It's been really cool that I have these connections in Israel that as an 18-year-old, I would never have thought of having such connections. Obviously, Israel, being Jewish, was a big part of my life, but to say I really have people that I consider friends and family over here, it's you never know where life can take you and where this basketball game can take you.
I also want to ask Abby, you said that you guys London cut half the budget. Did that have to do with the men's team as well? Because they were giving, how does that work? Because it's the same team, right?
Yeah, so the ownership group, 777, they're a Miami-based investment company, and they just had a bunch of poor investments elsewhere in like a failing airline company and a really bad football club in England, and like they invested like hundreds of millions of dollars. And our budget, was like a very small sliver. They were trying to cut loose ends. And the ownership was the same for women's and men's. Men obviously had a bigger budget than the women's. I think ours was like maybe $3 million and theirs was $13 million.
They had Sam Decker, right?
Yeah, Sam's a great guy.
Wisconsin.
Great, yeah, Wisconsin. That was cool because watching him and then seeing him and talking to him, and because we'd always kind of have practice near the same time and following each other. So, halfway through the season, we were told that they're cutting the budget, not like half, but they're going to invest in more local talent. Not as, there are a lot of international players on that team, and great players, which are expensive. It's disappointing because we had so much potential, and obviously we won Euro Cup, and they were really trying to grow the game of basketball in England. And basketball, it's growing there. Obviously, it's nowhere near the culture of football. But especially in like the London city, I'm walking around, they're like, "Hey, go Lions!" And I'm like,
That's
"Oh,
awesome.
I appreciate that." And so like people know you. And our arena was like 7,000 people like capacity, and we would sell it out for our Euro Cup games, especially the finals. The marketing was great. There was so much potential, and so I was really sad to just hear that they're cutting the budget and maybe kind of like taking a few steps back. But it is what it is. It's a business, right? I've had to learn that the hard way my first year, and just glad that we were able to get a nice medal out of it. Make some history there, and yeah.
Any of those girls come to Israel?
Actually, yeah, one did. Sav, love them. So they're playing on Holon.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, and I've been able to kind of get meals with them, that kind of thing, and they're from England, so. We had national break first 2 weeks of November. So she went back and represented them. And I was going to do training camp with the Israeli team because I'm now American Israeli.
Nice. Hey, congratulations.
Took a long time. But I wanted to kind of like rest my body a little bit and decided to forego that. So I have one person from London, and everyone's kind of scattered. We have people in Turkey, got people in, all over the States. Yeah, people in France, the whole thing. So, yeah.
It's very nice.
That's awesome. What do you guys, now we're totally switching. What do you miss most about being back home? Like, is it like going to a certain restaurant? Is it something that you miss from being back in the States that you can't get here?
What do you miss from Princeton on Nassau Street? I'm curious. There's some good restaurants.
I bet.
You know what we used to hit up? What was certainly senior year, once the season was over, we'd go to it would be like a flight of beer and a burger. It was
here it's 200 shekel.
We would eat that up.
Yeah.
Was it on Nassau?
It was on Nassau.
Was it further down?
It was like Was
it Ivy in?
No, left of that, closer to the
We're getting the
We'll
whole
have a graphic on
Princeton-
YouTube.
I forget the name. It's been. Hey, I'm old.
It's.
I'm
I
old,
think
dog.
I know. I think I know what you're talking about, though.
They
but I don't
closed
know.
it before she got there.
Yeah, honestly, this is how old I am. I can't believe it's been year 8. I'm the last 2 years I've been the second oldest on the team, and
Wow.
I'm just thinking to myself,
He's a vet.
what is going on here?
That's a good thing. So you were named team captain.
Right.
So what does that entail? Like, what's your role taking on that?
Am I team captain this year?
No, it was,
I have been team captain.
last
in
year.
the past.
In the past, look, it's certainly an honor to be a captain of
Right.
a professional team because I think you kind of want to be a projection of what the club is promoting. And when I was a captain in Beersheva, which I'm currently at now, I think it's a first-class organization. You'll never have, they'll take care of you as family, whatever you need, any time of day. You can go to them, and they're more than receptive to make sure, because they understand that this is, they're taking care of people who don't necessarily live in Israel full-time. So between the American Israelis, they take care of us. And to be captain of that, I think it's it's an honor to really try to be a reflection of what they want the organization to be, because it's not just a business, quote unquote, that they don't want to be projected as just a business,
Right.
that we're just here to, we want to impact people in more than just the basketball way.
You're the
To
representative.
give back to the fans and whatnot. I think, it's special. So
Well,
I don't take it
you
for
were
granted.
there. You were there when you were captain. You were there for 2 years. 3
Yeah,
years,
during
2
Corona.
years.
During Corona, yeah.
And then you left. You went to Hapoel Haifa.
Went to Haifa.
And then you came back to
We could
Beersheva.
forget about those years.
Then Beersheva.
And then I went to Afula.
Afula.
And then back to Beersheva.
So what was that like? Did you go back to Beersheva for these reasons?
Certainly a big aspect of it was I knew what I was getting. I knew what I was getting into coming back to Beersheva. They understood my game. They understood who I was as a person. I feel extremely comfortable there, and that's when I'm going to succeed on the court. I think if kind of the outside noise is put to rest, and you can just focus on your game, you can really excel and become yourself on the court. So I'm extremely happy to be back, and looking forward to the rest of the year.
That's
awesome.
Do you guys have? We're starting to wrap up. Do you have like a specific memorable game in Israel yet, or maybe since you just got here a few years ago, something like drop a bunch of points, buzzer beater? What do we got?
Let's see. I mean, I think I played a total of maybe like 10 games max so far. And, oh gosh. I mean, we've had like the Winners' Cup, which is
Nice.
kind of like the in-season
Yeah,
tournament. That was great. Like, we won it.
no big deal.
Naturally.
It's all right.
There's a theme with her. She wins a lot of
just
games.
Just had a win last night. No.
Yeah. Oh, it's been a minute since I was kidding. I'm not going to jinx anything here. No, but I
Or even
think just
career.
in my career, but I definitely want to try and stick to basketball in Israel. I'm trying to think of a game, probably like versus Ramallah, Winners' Cup. Just kind of, it was an in-season tournament and it's a new team, right? And we were hoping to try to figure out each other's what makes each other tick, that kind of thing. So to kind of get that little win under our belt kind of validated. All right, we're making the right steps. We're taking the right steps forward. We're not peaking yet, but we're growing together. We're learning more about each other. And it was kind of just like a nice little pound on the back. Obviously, the environment was cool. We played in Netanya. They have a new gym. So it was really nice, actually. Really nice gym. And great atmosphere. And we have a great fan base in Ashdod.
go.
They follow us everywhere. Really appreciate them. So yeah, that was great. I like that. That game was
Spencer,
good.
Ooh.
y'all just
Certainly-
played in Netanya, right?
We played against them. We were in Beersheva.
Oh, you're in
we
Beersheva.
we won.
There you go.
So we win too. And what would I let's think. I would probably say, look, anytime you beat Maccabi's great.
Especially at Menorah.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to do that. I think twice there. But I would probably say individually would be when I played for Ashdod, my second year, playing against Gilboa, who I had played for the year previously, and they opted not to take my second-year contract.
Mistake.
So I
Revenge
gave
game.
him my career high 27 against them. Hey, shout out. So that was that one felt great because
It's It's a revenge game.
Everything
It
happens
was a little
for a
revenge
reason.
game, and you know everything happens for a reason. So
So
that one felt great.
I also
awesome.
have a question from Ronnie.
Ah,
So we got a
Ronnie.
good question. If you two were to team up for a mixed gender basketball game against another famous duo, anyone from sports, history, or even fictional characters, who would you want to face off against and why?
Loaded question.
What sport are we going?
He gave
any
he gave an example. It could be like Bugs Bunny and Lola from Space Jam.
Oh, gee.
Oh, wow. You ever play flag football?
Of course.
You go flag football route? You good QB?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
I'm talking shop here.
Are we doing flag football? Is that what route
Well, I
we're
think
going?
it's got to
Come
be
on.
basketball. No?
Oh, okay, basketball.
Or golf? I mean, I'm I can hold my own, but
Got a
I'm not
handicap?
too high to count.
Oh, whatever. Y'all will find out. You'll go
No,
golfing.
let's go basketball. Let's stick to the
Okay, basketball. Who's
theme.
our duo?
Okay, on the women's side. Maybe Serena Williams, man. Like,
Ooh.
you know,
Serena, okay,
she
go.
posted
Goated
up.
for sure.
Agreed.
But that's more tennis. Let's go basketball goats. Let's just stick there.
Who's your go for basketball?
My go for basketball? Oh, gosh. Maya Moore.
Yeah, stud. Wow.
Beast.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, you know, I'm
You
not
could take her.
Maya Moore's Maya Moore, man. Respect to her. Like, I guess it would be Maya Moore. I mean, we're probably going to lose.
Who are
even
your
if it was
goats
2-on-1 versus Maya Moore.
for basketball?
Basketball?
MJ.
You're an
Come
MJ guy?
on.
Wow.
I think it's disrespectful because John's now he's thinking like, what's there to think about?
No, I'm not talking about goats. Right now, my favorite player on the Celtics, Peyton Pritchard.
Yes.
Okay.
He plays
Yeah.
like him too. This guy's a bucket.
His
over here.
off-season workout, I mean.
Dude, he's tough.
He pays people to just play
Yeah.
one-on-one.
Yeah, I
That
know,
was
I
a great,
saw
that's a great
that.
story. That's a great story.
I'm
You
like,
saw-
wow.
If you watch his highlights at Oregon, you'll like freak out. Like I'm like in class watching Peyton Pritchard Oregon highlights.
So
Really?
People are
good.
looking at me like, what? Like I'm like
He's
going
ridiculous.
crazy. He's so tough.
What did he say? Jalen Brown's like he beats everyone in one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Practices.
Drew Holiday said they have
that's
like
true.
a
Peyton does?
a drill
Yeah.
where everyone has to guard Peyton like one-on-one full court with like 4 seconds and he'll just cook everyone.
I mean,
So-
he can go.
That's
He's a hell of a player.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hell of a player.
He's a beast. He's been a beast. Okay, so we have this nice little game show we've been integrating into our pod a little bit.
Kind
All
of
right.
finish off the
We call it
episode.
shot clock. We are going to give you 24 seconds. We're going to give you some rapid fire questions, as many answers as you can get. You know, we like quality answers, but we understand there's a speed aspect to it. So our
Okay.
high score, what's our high score?
I think it's 8 with Alex. But
7.
he kind of gave like bullshit answers, but
Yeah, really. Okay.
but basically you guys got to try and beat each other right
Yeah,
here.
we're going to do it separately because
Okay.
we got to make it competitive
okay.
here.
Yeah.
All right,
So we're going to you want to throw on 24? I can throw it on.
Oh, we didn't
I'm
really
throw it
answer
on.
the GOAT question.
Oh,
the
I mean,
Avoided that.
mine's probably
Mine
LeBron, to be honest.
Okay, mine
Really?
LeBron.
I think a guy who
We're getting
Dude,
cooked.
we could debate this all day.
I agree.
Like- Okay, you argue longevity, like I understand, but
Stop.
he wasn't
Some of the
half
guys
the
on the-
defender that MJ was. Like he had a 1 season that he almost won, like that Defensive Player of the Year. I know, but no, like, are you kidding? That's half the game. How could you not? Like, it's
I don't-
it's you get his better passer, but
Jordan,
Passer,
they're defending
rebounder.
totally different eras.
I
The
guess
Very different players, different
skill in Jordan's era was
sizes.
not the same level of skill in this era.
I hear.
Like going to 10 finals and losing 6 with an undermanned roster should not count against someone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear.
Like you could lose it. Like, would you rather lose to Detroit over and over again, or
Right.
I mean,
and prior
That's
to, and then be
true.
considered?
a big reason why we say
That's true.
Tatum is so good is because he's gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals like 4 times
Yeah,
before
no,
25.
Unbelievable.
He didn't win them, but like
Well, got one now.
now we got
Yeah,
one.
I know.
Let's go.
Going now.
We're
I don't
gonna
know.
repeat this year too.
I mean, but
I
you
would
talk about
put my
just
money on that,
like
too.
overall. I mean, listen, to be 40 and to be playing like LeBron is playing right now. Also,
It's ridiculous.
he's missed maybe one game this season. Like he's playing every
I think
game.
it's the Bronny effect. I think he's
You
just
think he just has more?
he's just trying to like show Bronny like how good he is.
Oh my
Also,
God.
he's playing for JJ Redick. Like I'm
Such a good
sure there's
coach.
that aspect of understanding that like LeBron probably didn't want to sit all those games. The coach is like, yeah, it's probably best for your health. And I'm sure JJ's like, listen, dude, you're LeBron. Like you want to play, like you're gonna play the game. And so you see everybody on these minutes restrictions. It's crazy. And then it's like LeBron who's 40 and still putting up the crazy numbers. So I understand. I get it. Gonna be polite to our guests. So
I think the Israelis prefer Michael, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they do.
The more
I think they do.
I asked that question. It's definitely Michael.
Yeah.
Internationally, yeah. I
Yeah.
feel, yeah.
He's
Because
still
he brought the international
totally.
recognition.
Yeah.
To the
I'd say
game,
so
so.
too. All right.
All right, let's throw on the 24 seconds.
Who's first?
You guys choose. Rock, paper, scissors.
Always.
There you go.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
There he goes.
Right.
You piss.
You got it.
Okay, yeah, you
All right,
pick. You
Abby's
pick.
going first.
All right, bet.
All right, you ready? Three,
okay.
2, 1. All right.
You do them all.
Which teammate taught you the most about basketball?
Leslie Robinson.
Who's the toughest defender you've ever faced?
Ooh, gosh. Defender? Oh, my God. I don't know. I literally don't even
Rapid
know.
fire.
Skip.
If you could play any other professional sport, what would it be?
Soccer.
Buzzer beater 3
Buzzer
or
beater
buzzer
3.
beater shot clock? Which non-basketball athlete do you admire the most?
Non-basketball athlete. Serena Williams.
All right, that's it.
Damn, that's hard. Oh, language. Sorry.
Now we got the
we're
explicit
cool.
on.
We're
We're
cool.
good.
Best defender.
You can say
That's
shit.
hard. I'm like, there's no.
Okay. What was that? 5, 6?
Wow.
All right. Well, we'll see.
We'll call it 5. We'll call it 5.
We'll call it 5.
We got video
I'm
replay.
curious.
We do.
somewhere, right?
We do. I'll let y'all know.
All right.
Okay.
You ready? 3.
Wait. I gotta get my questions. 'Cause it's
You gotta
gonna be
get 'em up.
Time between the questions here.
Are these going to be different?
Different. Oh, we're not.
Oh, you already got your
That's
answers
why I
That'd
going.
be too easy.
Now he's thinking about the.
Okay.
Ready?
Hit me up.
3, 2, 1, go.
Favorite arena you've ever played in?
Hapoel Tel Aviv.
Best advice a coach has ever given you?
Details matter.
One pregame ritual never skip.
Pasta and chicken.
Favorite music artist to listen to before games?
Drake.
Favorite piece of basketball gear you own?
Shoes.
Learn one new skill. What would it be?
Learn Hebrew.
Other job outside of basketball?
Baseball player.
Ooh,
That's it. 7.
Learn Hebrew. You've been here for 8 years. Come on.
I'm not so good.
Okay. You're good at it. You're good at it.
Okay.
Well, toda, guys. for
Toda.
coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining. Super interesting. We're just happy that we have this experience and this
For
platform
sure.
a little bit to.
I think
to
we
hear
could have
stories.
talked for like another hour.
Easy.
Like,
Seriously.
That was
So you
nothing.
guys.
How long was that?
that was like 45 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nothing.
plus.
I feel like we barely scratched the surface.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm sure we barely scratched the surface. I'm sure you guys got a lot more. So maybe we'll have you on again. Honestly,
For sure.
Anytime.
Yeah.
but
See
it
you
was
in the
great.
future.
Like we enjoy it. We're happy. We're lucky that we have this platform, and for you, but also for us. Like we want to hear your stories, and whoever listens to our episode, now we know we have listeners over here. So we got
Yeah, there you
research,
go.
couple episodes.
Absolutely.
So thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you for
Thanks,
having us.
Rabba. Thank you.
Tov.